Welcome over to Automotive World, everyone. I'm your host, my name is Sharon. We have a really big recall coming out of Toyota today. This is for Priuses all across the world, not just here in the United States. This is for 2023 and 2024 model year vehicles, both the regular Prius and Prius Prime. This article is going to be a little bit confusing, so grab some snacks, sit down, we're going to do a deep dive, we're going to go through it, because this article is a little bit confusing. First thing we're going to do is, right here it says it affects 55,000 vehicles. We're not going to worry about that right now. What we're going to do is, I want to just bring up, just before we start this, as we can see at the bottom here from the Car and Driver article, if you go on NHTSA's website right now, this recall is currently not on their website as they have not issued the recall here in the United States. This is something that Toyota has essentially done voluntarily, but the NHTSA does not have an issued recall from them. However, if that changes, they will add it onto the website, but right now Toyota is saying it's not on the website. They have not issued it. What you can do is go into Toyota's owner portal and check for recalls on there using a VIN number or license plate. But let's get into this article. We have 2023 and 2024 Toyota Prius and Prius Prime vehicles under a recall because of doors that can open due to a short circuit from water getting into the electronic rear latches. This is really big because, as we see here, it says it affects in the United States 55,000 Prius vehicles. However, if we come down here, right here, Toyota is going to recall, because this is worldwide. This recall is not affecting just the United States. This is worldwide. This recall is going to affect 211,000 2023 to 2024 model year Prius and Prius Prime vehicles. It's almost 250,000. This is a really big recall. Out of those 211,000, 55,000 are here in the United States. And the problem is because water can get into the rear door, electronic rear door latches, and what that's going to cause, obviously, water and electricity. It's going to short circuit, so it's going to cause a short circuit on that rear electronic door latch, and that can cause the doors, if they are not locked, to unexpectedly open while the vehicle is in motion at a variety of speeds. That can also obviously cause crash due to visibility and things like that. However, it can open at a variety of speeds due to the water getting into the electronic rear door latch, and it's going to short circuit that rear latch. Obviously, water and electricity, they don't mix. Toyota is saying right now that to prevent the issue, they're asking door owners to keep the automatic door locking feature enabled. Toyota currently right now does not have a solution into the problem. They are currently looking into the problem right now. However, Toyota themselves does not actually have a current solution right now. So you cannot, unfortunately, go to a dealer and just ask them to do, fix it and whatnot, because they are looking for the fix for the issue. But however, what they are saying is just keep that automatic locking feature on, which will lock the doors when the vehicle is moved out of the parking gear and obviously into your drive gear. Customers will receive notifications about the recall in early June. Their vehicles obviously will get those switches replaced on both rear door opener switches. We don't know, obviously, as water is leaking into the rear door latch, which is causing it to short circuit. We don't know if they're going to do anything else in terms of, rubber sealing or things like that. Is it a quality control issue? Are the gaps too big? Like I said, right now, obviously, we do know that those switches are going to be replaced, but Toyota has not come up with the final fix for how to prevent the water from leaking in. So as of right now, this is a voluntary recall from Toyota. The NHTSA has not issued the recall, which is why it's not on their website. I do suspect it will be on their website quite soon, as they will issue their own recall. However, it's not on the recall on their website right now. Toyota is doing a voluntary recall. It is over for worldwide, 55,000 in the United States, 211,000 here overseas, all around the world. And that is going to be because of those rear door latches, because the water is getting in. And like I said, Toyota currently does not have a fix right now. Obviously, we do know that, like I said, they will replace both those switches. In early June, owners will start to be notified. And right now, like I said, you can go to Toyota's owner's website portal and you can type in your VIN number or you can type in your license plate number and you can see if your vehicle is potentially affected. Though this is a very big recall, just because of, worldwide, Prius is a big seller everywhere in the world. 211,000 vehicles is a lot. 55,000 in the United States is quite a lot, especially this is 2023, 2024. So this is really coming off the redesign. It's good. I mean, we're seeing a lot of recalls in the industry lately. This is a voluntary recall, so it's good that Toyota issued this recall before the NHTSA had to. However, obviously, you can argue that recalls are good, and you can also argue that recalls are obviously not good. Obviously, this is a big recall. This is a safety issue. This is just a functionality issue. So it is going to be interesting to see what Toyota's official fix is when it comes out. Obviously, when that is updated, we will be reporting on that. This is a bit of an interesting recall, though, as they do say, in early June, they will let owners know when they can schedule their recall. They'll receive notifications starting early June. Like I said, we do know those rear door opener switches will be replaced at no charge. However, like I said, they don't have the fix for the issue in terms of how is the water leaking in. So like I said, this is a bit of a complex article because yes, you can in June schedule your vehicles if they have been affected to get the new switches, but they still are working on the fix for how to prevent the water getting into those switches, and that's a pretty big engineering thing because it could be they're going to add a few more rubber seals, maybe the switches themselves, the housing isn't right, also something like that. It might be a quality control thing at the factories. In terms of panel gaps and things. So this is a bit of an interesting recall because we kind of have a recall that is needed to be done. It is a voluntary recall. Toyota did put it out before NHTSA, but we sort of have like a recall that's like a half fix but not really a fix yet, because the actual fix for the problem that's the issue that's causing the problem hasn't been determined on how it's going to be fixed yet. So it's kind of like right now, Toyota soon is going to say, hey, come on in early June, we can schedule you, we can give you a little band-aid right now, or we can patch it up right now. It's kind of like tire leaking or something. We can patch you up right now until we get your tire in, being until they get the fix in, and then once they get that fix in, they'll do the entire fix, whether it's like I said, rubber sealing or whatnot. So this is a bit interesting because like I said, they don't have a fix right now. They are just going to do a patch up right now just to make sure that you can keep going, but right now the only thing they're saying is obviously those who are affected will get those rear switches replaced, and then right now just keep that automatic door locking feature enabled until they find the fix for this issue. And then obviously, we will, depending on what the fix is, if there is anything else that needs to be replaced from then, more than likely it would be replaced at that time. So this is a bit of a weird recall because it's a large recall. It's on a new generation of a very popular model worldwide, on both the Prius and the Prius Prime vehicles. Like I said, there's the issue itself is still at hand. They don't have a fix on that issue. However, like I said, they're just, they're going to replace the switches. So it's a little bit of a patch, a little band-aid, but it's not fully, stitched up yet. So this is it's a bit of an interesting recall. Like I said, it is good too that Toyota found out about this before NHTSA. It's always good when automakers are, they find out before, government agencies and things have to, because it just kind of shows, hey, they're looking as well, not just relying on government agencies too. Obviously, though, this is a big recall just because the doors can fly open at a variety of speeds. If you technically do not lock the door, even though the door is unlocked, it technically should not open. So it's a bit of an interesting recall. We're gonna have to wait and see what happens. Just like I said, just because we don't have the fix for the vehicle yet, we just know that they'll be replacing parts soon, and just because of how vast and wide the recall is, just how many units are affected. So this is a bit of an interesting recall. We're gonna wait to see what happens. This is gonna be it for now. This was our deep dive here. We've got all the information that we have here. We'll be waiting to see what that fix is. It's going to be very interesting too. Obviously, this is a new generation of Prius and Prius Prime. This vehicle has a big pedigree, so I know there's probably going to be a bunch of people out there who are going to start just not saying nice things about the car. This is obviously a big thing for owners and things, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. So thanks for watching, everyone.